Hey everyone, this is Mr. Z and welcome to the smokestack tutorial. In this tutorial we are going to make this smokestack. To begin, they give us the section view of it. Whenever they give you the section view, it's oftentimes a good idea to draw that out, because if you draw it out, you can usually revolve it around the center, and if you revolve it around the center, you essentially create the entire thing. So we can make this maybe in one step. So let's go ahead and give that a try. I'm going to start a 2D sketch, and I'm going to click on any of the planes, it doesn't really matter, and I'm going to draw out that cross-section profile. So it looked something like this. This went down a little further than that corner, a straight line, and then this one out for a little bit, not quite to the center, and then it goes down about here or so, and then it goes up and around. So it looks something like that, and I'll bring out the picture so you can kind of see what I drew there. I just tried to draw that section view, didn't put any dimensions in it just yet, but I'm going to get those right away. So let's start with this bottom one. This is 0.25 for the bottom section, then from the very bottom up to the corner point is 1.5, and then to the very top of the smokestack is 1.75. So dimensioning that, let's start with the bottom. Click here, 0.25, enter. Then we're going to dimension from the bottom over to the corner. That's going to be 1.5, enter. And then we're going to go from the very bottom to the very top, and this is going to be 1.75. So we got the three heights in place. Now in terms of the other dimensions, we know that this has a diameter of 0.5. The outermost ring has a diameter of 1.25, and then this has a 15-degree angle to the top. So let's start with the bottom. If we are revolving this, that means that this here has to be half of the diameter, because when we revolve it, the radius becomes the diameter. So if the bottom was 0.5, this is going to be 0.25. Okay, so press enter. So that's that. Then it's going to be the same process for this corner point here. I'm going to dimension from the center line here over to this point. Okay, and I'm going to go up with that. And I'm going to click it down, and the outermost ring was 1.25 diameter, so I'm just going to say 1.25 divided by 2 so that we have the radius, not the diameter, and I'm going to press enter. And then the last thing we needed to do was this 15 degrees between the corner and the top, which goes up for 0.25. Now I can do geometry and I can solve that with SOHCAHTOA and all that stuff, but another way we could do it is just use the line tool and draw a line straight up like that. And I'm going to dimension between the corner point, or the corner edge here, and this line, and between it I'm just going to say it's going to be 15 degrees. So if you press enter, now you have 15 degrees between this corner and the top. Okay, and I'm going to leave that there now. It's not going to influence anything at all. So that's all been taken care of. Now we got to focus on these holes in the center. We have this weird notation here. This is pointing at one circle and it's telling us all this stuff. And take a second to kind of process what this means. They're telling us two diameters here. They're telling us a diameter of 0.375 and a diameter of 0.875. Okay, so one of these is bigger than the other. The 0.875 is bigger than 0.375. I think you'd agree with me. So this 0.875 must be talking about this first hole. And then it's saying it goes in 0.375 deep. Okay, so it's cutting down 0.375. For this other one, the 0.375, it must be talking about this smaller hole over here. And this one cuts in 1.5, and that's from the very top. So from the very top all the way to the bottom, that is 1.5, okay? So this is called counterbore notation. This is a counterbore type of hole. So I'll just write this here, and we'll talk about this more. But just in case you're wondering why it's written like this, a counterbore is essentially two holes with two different diameters, but it's all the same hole, but two different diameters. They go down for different depths. Okay, so that's cool and all. How do we make that? Let's start with this 0.375 at 1.5. So that's this smaller hole over here. I'm going to dimension the distance from the center to here to be 0.375 divided by 2. And I'm going to press enter. Reason why? Just like before, these are diameter numbers. We're going to revolve this, and when we revolve it, it's going to create the entire thing. So if this is half of that, when we revolve it to the other side, then we'll get the whole thing. Okay? And we know that the distance from the very top of the stack to the bottom is 1.5. So I'm going to type in 1.5, and that number came from here, the 1.5 depth. So now these two have been taken care of. Now we just need the other one. So the diameter of the bigger hole, so from this line here to this line, that's the distance from the center to the length of that hole, is going to be 0.875 divided by 2. Enter. Okay? 0.875 divided by 2, so it's 0.438 right now. And then the distance from the very top of the smokestack to that line for that second hole is going to be 0.375. Enter. Okay? And that came once again from here. 0.375 is the depth of that hole. So that's done, and we got that done. And we took care of all the other numbers. So there we go. We've put all our numbers in place. I'm going to finish this sketch. I'm going to zoom out a little bit. And now I just go to Revolve, click on the profile, and then go to Axis, and click on the center line. And if you do that, boom. Perfect smokestack every time. Press OK, save this part, and you are done. Okay, that concludes this video. I'll see you for the next one. Peace.